themselves enough, but they are very, very humble and down to earth. Like just for one request, they came forward and supported it. Thank you, Amrut and Harsha and Sitara. Thanks for joining in.
Thank you. I just want to make sure this will inspire other kids as well, right? So we want to be great to see the next generation, some of the youth. So take this as inspiration, right? And catch them out when you're going in the cruise. Now you know you can talk to them. Good luck.
Just one small thing I want to add. This is my tagline for a while, but NRIVA is one big family. Please, I mean, all three of us are approachable. We're all humans at the end of the day. We're not digital yet. So come approach us. We're happy to talk, share our knowledge, and we all have different experiences, as Harsha mentioned, and looking forward to seeing all of you on the cruise. Thank you, and thank you to all the NRIVA leadership.
And one more time I wanted to touch base. There are so many great sessions ahead of us. Please stay tuned, stick to this room. And is there a way to lock the room? Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, leadership. Let's start with the next session. Pawan Garu. Yeah, the next session we have is on global market trends and AI stocks investments. So I hope you will try to actually make some money. Pawan Trupti Garu has come from Austin, and he's gonna actually talk to us about all of this. Don't miss out on this amazing session. So let's start it. I would love everybody to be seated for this session. Please maintain the decorum.
Kailash, ask everybody to sit.
Everybody please sit down. Please be calm. So please maintain the decorum. Everybody please sit down. Please come back to your seats. This is the third time we are asking, please. All right. If you want to have a chat, please actually walk into the common areas. Thank you. Pawan Garu actually is part of a business interest group committee. He flew from Austin just to actually give us this presentation. So make sure that you listen to him, and I believe he has some very interesting points to say, so you can start making money on the market, including AI stocks.
Hello. Can you hear me? Is it okay? Thank you. Let me introduce myself. This is Pawan. I'm from Austin, Texas. I've been studying. I'm studying the global markets from almost 10 years, and I keep up to date about the industries, evolving trends that are happening. First of all, let me thank the leadership here to give me an opportunity to speak here, and thanks the two gentlemen who spoke earlier Thanks to them, they kind of made my life easy to go over the next session. It's going to be an extended conversation from what we spoke earlier. So some of the people were asking here about how can we make money, or how can we make use of the AI and get ahead of us, right? So how these things can help us to make some money eventually, right? So you don't have to be a entrepreneur. You don't have to come up with products. You don't have to. Sorry.
You know what? Can you hear me? Can I request everybody to sit down, please, and no conversations? We have very important topic, and Pawan came from Austin just to empower us about investments in AI. Okay, and we do have, because we started late, we are in a tight time frame. So he's going to finish it up in 15 to 20 minutes, pretty quick. So that his seminar normally takes 45 minutes, but he's going to condense it for us. So I would appreciate all the cooperation. Thank you.
So let me move quickly. So what we are going to cover today here are some of the investing opportunities. So it's a given that there is no looking back from AI. I speak to a lot of VPs, senior directors, etc. as part of my day-to-day job. The adoption at this point of time in AI is very, very low because of various reasons, because of the security issues, the compliances, or whatever be it. But the push from the lower level engineers, engineering managers, directors, etc. is coming way faster than what we think. So currently the AI adoption is at, like Amrut spoke, the Jira level, right? So the L0, L1 tasks are being automated right now, but slowly it will move on to L2, L3 tasks in the development. So what is going to happen here is they're not going to replace the human workforce, but what they're going to help, the AI is going to help is to improve the productivity. How? A team which needs 80 hours to perform a work is being done under 20 hours. So behind the scenes, even though we are thinking like AI is going to replace the work, no, it's not going to replace the workforce. It's going to expedite the speed at which the development is done. People who are doing app developments, who wanted to keep up to date with the technologies and the features. For example, Uber wants to deploy a feature. Now Lyft also needs to deploy it. Lyft is not in a position to deploy the feature for next 15 days because of the release cycles. So it's a lost business for them. They don't want it. They want to be competitive enough. What they want it is to be ready to implement new features at much faster pace than what they were yesterday. What it means is they want to be ready to go live every day. They wanted to implement the features very fast. The only way for them to look forward is AI adoption. So like a lot of people here have their own day-to-day jobs. They're working already. They are busy in their own life. So in case you're not somebody who wants to start a entrepreneurship, or you don't want to start a company, then yet there are other ways to get benefited out of it. How? No matter what, AWS, clouds, and GCPs, Grok, ChatGPT, everything is using the infra services. They are making use of the services provided by some of the big heads in the world. They are monopolies. It's impossible to replace those companies. For example, there is no competition to Apple. For you to make money, you don't have to come up with a new Apple product. What you can do is to go ahead and invest in the Apple stock. It would give you enormous amount of wealth. So you don't have to do something drastically different, build up ground level. So you don't have to do that actually. You can go ahead, spend time with your family, what you're supposed to do your day-to-day job, yet make use of the emerging trends, right? So I'll go through some of the trends, some of the sectors, some of the companies which are going to make big in the next few years, and I'll also go into the overall market analysis. So there is kind of the fear among the US investors, what's going on with the Trump and the latest tariff news and all, but I'll give you a big picture of what is going to happen near term and medium term. Let's move quickly here. So I put something like a big picture, for example, for you to get benefited out of AI. There are various areas where you need to stay focused on. For example, you wanted, see, the foundation models what these two gentlemen were speaking were OpenAI, which we all know, like ChatGPT, and the other one is DeepMind developed by Google. Meta has their own LLM, and to build these LLMs, it's going to take enormous amount of time and wealth, and also huge amount of capital that is not possible by a small player. So take into consideration these are going to stay there for quite some time. And when it comes to infra, everybody who is in IT kind of knows like there is no replacement for the AWS, Azure or GCP. There are some different infra providers from Chinese areas and other companies. So we don't have to worry about. What we are focusing is at the top tier currently. And for example, when it comes to the vertical solutions, we have different emerging tech companies. One of them is Palantir. They are kind of leading the space right now. There is nothing that can beat Palantir in next few years at this point of time. So they are highly focused on government sensitive, data sensitive projects, which we all know, like the Chinese always wants to hack the data. They wanted to secure the data, and they wanted to keep a threat coming to US from various angles. Same thing applies from the Russia as well. So US kind of gives high importance to securing the government data, sensitive data, and Palantir is best placed there to secure that. Rest of the companies are kind of emerging. We can, those are not listed yet, but you can just do research about these names as well. Everybody, including a teenager, knows what NVIDIA does, what is the scope of NVIDIA here, right? NVIDIA makes the GPUs right now. Their GPUs are the ones which are driving all the speed, the accuracy, and the demand that is coming for the AI. Right now, there is literally no competition for next 3 to 4 years. Their order book is completely full. Their hands are full of work. Okay, and next 3 years, what is going to happen? We do not know it. Something else can come. But let's keep our focus to next 2 to 3 years. In investing world, 10 years is too long time. Nobody has visibility what is going to happen after 2 years or 3 years. So always have the mindset of thinking about what is going to happen in next 2 to 3 years. You know what your kid is going to become after 10 years. You don't know it. So you cannot speak about what is going to happen to a global economy, which is much more dynamic in nature, right? So always think about what is going to happen next few months down the lane, few years down the lane. That's going to make life a lot easier for you. So we'll speak about next 2 to 3 years trends here, okay? So when it comes to the memory, there are a couple of companies which are again big hits. Samsung is best placed. Micron is another company which is best placed for the memory chips manufacturing. That's where a lot of data gets saved as well. AMD and Intel are placed way ahead, and there are newly listed. These are two newly listed small cap companies which are NBIS. It's a Finland-based company growing extremely fast. And CoreWave, which got listed recently, it got listed about 2 to 3 months ago, I believe, or 6 months ago, I believe, and it was an enormous wealth creator already. It gave like 4-bagger or 5-bagger returns already from the direct investing space. You can make money legally by investing in these companies. So what these two companies does is NBIS kinds of a end-to-end full-fledged support for anybody who wants to establish their own infra. So they provide end-to-end services versus CoreWave kind of you can rent out the GPUs. There is a lot of shortage that's coming up on the NVIDIA GPUs. Assume you're not going to get one. Your organization, when I say like you, it's going to be your organizations. Primarily, NVIDIA doesn't have to give too much importance to small-scale industries and emerging tech companies. They are least bothered. They don't have to cater to these because their big best focus is on the bigger companies primarily. So those companies can go ahead and start a conversation with companies like NBIS and CoreWave. They will help you set up end-to-end infrastructure, complete end-to-end infrastructure related to your AI adoption. And when it comes to network, so all these things have to run through network. Out of the companies we have listed down few companies here. One is ANET. Arista Network, one of the best companies in the world. There is literally very little competition. You can list down, you can see, I put just 3 names: Cisco, ANET, as well as Broadcom. So very well established, very well managed companies with huge past behind them. Cisco is kind of struggling. They are nowhere from last 20 years. People who have invested in Cisco, people who are working at Cisco, they know like they don't want to hold their stock itself. So look at the other 2 names, ANET as well as Broadcom. They are doing tremendously well. Literally, you don't have to do too much. If you wanted to just get started with few hundreds of dollars, few thousands of dollars, you can just get started. You don't have to build an app to make money. And somebody was asking, how can we make money while we are sleeping, while we are doing our regular work? Go ahead and just invest in these companies. There is no replacement. See, you can build an app, but yet you need to use the network provided by one of these companies. You need to make use of the GPUs provided by one of these companies. You cannot develop a GPU, right? So you are kind of dependent on all these companies. So if not ChatGPT, other LLMs keep coming, other companies keep coming, other cloud service providers keeps coming, but there is no way that these companies goes away anytime soon. So make use of these companies' investment options. Typically, they are very stable. What I have put here is very stable companies with excellent management. Their presence is across the globe again, and keep a reasonable thought process behind it. See, in case you wanted to invest, you need to have a mindset of either a short-term investor or a long-term investor. You need to decide yourself what is the risk profile that you have first. Are you a medium risk taker? Are you a high risk taker? Or I want to be very safe. I want to go to bed peacefully. I don't want high risk, high returns. So you decide what is your risk profile and you go ahead and choose one of these companies. Saying that, a lot of people I speak to, they think like the Nvidia's game is over. They're already extremely at peak valuation. They're $4 trillion company, which is only one company in the world, right? 4 trillion is the economy of some of the countries. Indian economy is about 5 trillion. And what we are speaking about is one company's valuation is 4 trillion. No, it's not going to sustain, is what I hear. You are absolutely wrong. You don't know what is going to happen next, right? So the AI adoption just getting started itself says there is huge story to run forward, okay? And nobody can predict exactly to the dot that, okay, it is going to be over. Take a look into the next 2 years time frame. Speak to your colleagues, friends, families, how the companies are investing. Are they going ahead with AI investment? Are they reducing the investment? So that is a very small thing that you can do. Just check, okay? And then you will be able to understand, no, they are all increasing or they are all cutting down. That says you the demand supply equation basically. And keep in mind the demand supply is kind of 2 to 3 years way ahead compared to what we are hearing right now. So assume next 2 years your company is going to increase AI adoption. What it means is Nvidia also has orders for next 2 years. Their life cycle is about 18 months. The plan to product cycle is about 18 months to 24 months. So once they plan to put it forward and bring it outside to the market, it takes about 24 months for them. So keep in mind that there will be lead lag effect that comes into picture as well. I wanted to speak about this company, ASML. This is one company which is the monopolistic. Sorry.
You know, this topic is really interesting, and you know, a lot of curious heads are listening also. But I just wanted to put a disclaimer that NRIVA is not responsible for any of the information that is being shared, and please do not invest based on NRIVA. You know, use your own judgment, use your own analysis of talking about listening to the speaker. I just want to make sure that disclaimer is said. Okay, thank you so much, bro.
Thank you for making it clear. I was about to give that disclaimer towards the end, actually.
No, we had to give in the beginning because.
Yeah. So whatever we are discussing here is just a knowledge sharing session.
Yeah.
It's not a buy-sell recommendation anywhere. it's just like whatever. I'm specialized in the global markets. I try to study, but the forum here asked me to restrict my conversation to AI and the upcoming trends. That's it. Otherwise, I can speak on a lot of other trends as well. So keep this in mind. Not a buy-sell recommendation. The company here, ASML, this is like an Apple and Samsung put together in your AI space, AI and infrastructure space. ASML is only one company in the world who can cater to every company's needs on your semiconductors, your chip manufacturing, your designing of the chips, everything. This is a monopoly. This is a big head. Their one machine is kind of the size of this big room, and it's literally impossible. You need another company to come up with that kind of manufacturing ecosystem. It really takes a miracle. Somebody like Elon Musk has to come and do a mini miracle to establish companies like ASML. Okay, so every company here, what I have spoken, goes to ASML or TSM. TSM in turn goes back to ASML for getting the help from ASML for the design of the chips. So pay attention to these companies. Assume you have a long-term view, you wanted to go ahead and save some bucks for your kids' education, your retirement. So choose these kind of companies where there is no literal competition on the earth. Okay, so focus on this. ASML is available at very reasonable valuation. The company kind of, I'll go into the details as well very soon. The company dipped about 40 to 50% recently and now provides an excellent opportunity for you to enter into long-term investing. I would, again, don't put me on hold here. I would easily say this can beat your inflation easily in next 10 years, and it can make you more wealth than you starting a company directly if you are invested fully into this company as well. Followed by TSM. TSM again, Taiwanese company. The risk with the Taiwanese company is the regulation issues, the fight between China and US that is going on. But they are starting the manufacturing in US. They have invested about $400 billion. They have already committed for an investment of $400 billion in US. So hopefully that kind of reduces the risk a little bit. But for manufacturing any AI related things, you have to go for ASML or TSM. Synopsys kinds of provides you the test design framework where your chips can be tested. Again, very good company. All the chips that are getting into the market, before they get into the market, they make use of the software provided by Synopsys. So take a look into these. These are all large caps, except NBIS and 4Wave. The rest of the companies that I spoke here are about the large cap companies. Okay, let me move quickly here. So here is how the ecosystem works. ASML and Synopsys kind of helps NVIDIA, AMD and Intel. AMD, Intel take the help of Arista for networking, and for the compute and software stack, again they go into AMD, Intel and NVIDIA. Out of all these three names, if I have to pinpoint, Pawan, you are putting too many names. Let me help. Why don't you just help pick up a few of the names here, right? So, Intel. When you are investing into a company, it's not like the company will, the stock will do what it has to do. It is the emotion behind the investors. If you look into the history of Intel, it never made any money for its investors. The stock price of Intel 20 years ago, 2020 was $20, today it is $90. So people who think like, okay, long-term investing is going to make wealth for you, you are absolutely wrong. Okay, you have to be on the luckier side. You have to invest in Apple, Microsoft, etc., who are the last decade winners. But assume you are invested in companies like 1990s dot-com bubble companies, Intel, Cisco, you're gone. Your portfolio is screwed up. Your Cisco was about $80 or $90 in 2000 dot-com bubble peak, and it did not reach those levels till date. So adjust to inflation, your net very negative. So don't think, okay, small cap, large cap companies, they are going to make huge wealth for you. That's wrong, absolutely wrong. And don't also think, okay, there is an AI boom going on, there is the semiconductor boom going on, I can just go ahead and invest in any of the companies. If you have invested in Qualcomm, if you have invested in Intel, you would know it. Same thing with AMD. while rest of the stocks were going extremely well, AMD kind of corrected by more than 50-60%. The peak price recently was $250. It dipped down to $80 recently. So your wealth was destroyed by more than 50-60%. So you need to carefully analyze, evaluate what is the best price for investing in some of the stocks here. So other areas where the AI adoption is at peak is defense, healthcare. You are seeing a lot of news like the drug discovery and some of the things like which a doctor is not able to predict is being predicted by AI correctly way ahead, right? So the AI adoption in the finance, retail is kind of still low. Supply chain again. So these are all the industries or application areas of AI. I don't know how many of you follow Indian news. Yesterday, I came across this article and I put this into the slide just 10 minutes ago before the presentation started. So Ajit Doval, who is the NSA of India, he spoke about AI adoption. He was very positive. You can read what he's saying. AI is one of the great game changers. AI will change the world at a rate of every year. It will become unrecognizable from everything we do today. And its application will be diverse. He was speaking in mind, keeping in mind the defense sector in focus. India is way ahead on defense development. Few years ago, until the, again, I'm not inclined to any of the parties here, but until the Modi government was there, India was net importer of defense. And nobody even imagined that India can become a net exporter of defense. That is the first sign of change, that they are spending huge amount of time and effort to change the difference, to make the difference in the defense sector. Now, lot of countries, the small countries, Malaysia, Singapore, all these companies are looking at India for buying defense equipments. It's a big change. It's like a mini miracle, folks. Understand when I speak about it, it's very important point, okay? So, and the recent war kind of shocked the entire world. It kind of shocked US as well. Nobody was expecting the superiority that India possessed, the kind of equipment and the defense warheads, BrahMos missiles, etc. Nobody has any iota of information about what capabilities India is building right now. So the AI adoption is very high. These are like the defense sector is going to be huge implication. Like you see, people doesn't want to go and fight in the wars directly. Now they take the help of drones, they take the help of eVTOLs, etc., where there is very less interruption to the human life. Every country wants to spend. There is a direct threat from the Trump government that the rest of the European government or the rest of the NATO has to increase their spending on the defense. What they're going to look into is the defense companies listed in US, because the defense companies rest of the world are not well equipped, not much capable. When it comes to US, the tech sector is the leading the sector in the world. So they have to come and invest, buy a lot of defense equipment, defense related purchases from US. So look into defense sector and look into some of the some of the other sectors, like I mentioned, the manufacturing sectors as well. When you speak about AI, every query that you are posting into ChatGPT kind of burns your grid. What I mean grid is there is huge power consumption that's going to happen for every query that you are running. And currently the global grid is at peak consumption. What it means is there is not enough power which is available in the market right now that is helpful for your consumption. What it means is across the globe, all government want to spend on the power infra. If you have taken a look into last few years, companies from India, companies from US, all power companies ran up huge high. They are not done yet. There is huge further, at least 10-bagger kind of returns possible from their power sectors. And what they're looking into is not traditional power sectors, they don't want to look at coal power. Instead, they wanted to look into solar, they wanted to look into nuclear. So primarily India is focused on solar, US is focused on nuclear. So you look into clean energy options, which can be the next gen indices. Okay, what you see right now is very small companies. Utilities, primarily the power sector, was completely neglected sector for last 20-25 years. Now is the time. For example, anybody who knows BHEL was trading at 400 rupees in 2000, and it went to 19 rupees during the time of COVID. From COVID, it went up to 250 rupees. So it kind of provided 10-bagger returns within a span of 2 to 3 years. It's not done yet. I can confidently say BHEL is going to go another 10-bagger returns from here. It's going to go 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 levels. Highly possible. So stay invested in companies which are well established, where they have huge, BHEL has huge funds. One point of time, even if they sell off all their assets and lands and the infra, they would have given a lot of money back to the shareholders. 19 was like kind of lucrative. They were just, the company was available at throwaway price, literally throwaway price. Okay, so likewise, a lot of power sector companies are showing huge strength. Go ahead and start investing in it. I'll show some of the names here as well. We spoke about it. Here is some of the sentiment metrics that I try to track typically. This is for the short-term investment. Short-term in the sense, what is going to happen to the next couple of months. The indices are right now at an extreme sentiment. So the DSI is called the Daily Sentiment Index. It oscillates between 0 to 100. Typically, what we are at right now is the Nasdaq is trading at 80 and S&P is about 78. What we have is to go another 10-15 points. There is a room for to run in probably next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We do not know when it is going to happen. We cannot put a date to it, but we can just put time frame, probably next 4 to 6 weeks. Typically, September is seasonally weak season. So I'm hoping like probably July, August, once the tariff things and everything settles down, then September we can start seeing some bit of correction or pullback in the market. What happens after that? Okay. Again, one more metrics that we wanted to see. In the month of February and March, we were at extreme fear. Right now, we went from extreme fear to greed. Extreme greed, we are just at the entry point of the extreme greed, but we have some more room. Again, like I mentioned, it can go to 85, 90 as well. But once the extreme greed kicks in towards the latter end of the stages, consider there is a minor correction that is going to be happening. That's with the sentiment index. Wanted to quickly touch base upon the global market as well. So what's happening with the everybody knows like there is too much noise already in the market about the big beautiful bill. What Trump government is going to do is to introduce more and more funds back into the market. What does it mean? Is during COVID they gave kind of $2 trillion, $3 trillion pushed into the market. You saw what kind of wealth it generated in the direct stock investing. Now they are increasing it further and they are pushing about $5 trillion into the market. You can imagine what is going to happen. The $5 trillion going to increase the inflation. What does it mean? Is the prices of your raw materials, the prices of your houses, the prices of your day-to-day expenses are going to go high. That was one of the reasons Jeremy Powell was very hesitant to not So the Jeremy Powell was quite hesitant to cut down the interest rates. The reason being, once the interest rates are cut down, then your inflation kind of peaks again, right? It can go to 7, 8, 9. There is no limit to it. One point of time it went to 17, 18 as well. He was taking it slow, but the government kind of wants to impose it sooner or later. They are kind of threatening. I was reading some unverified articles that he was ready to resign as well yesterday. So what is going to happen? Apart from AI, what US is going towards into reindustrialization. Reindustrialization, if this happens, there is outside AI sectors, there are other sectors where you can make a lot of money too. One of them is the metals and mining. If you wanted to start your industrialization, your copper prices are going to go up, your industrial metal, silver price is going to go up. Gold is already at peak. I've been vocal about gold being bullish from 1800 levels. A lot of my followers knows about it. They kind of bought huge tons of loads of gold, I would say. And it's not done yet. So the gold is still going to go high. Silver just getting started. Copper just getting started. I just put a chart here adjusted to money supply from 1970 to 2025. What you can see is the gold price at 1980 peak was 477. What we are right now is 32. This was few days ago chart. Yesterday, if you see, the silver went to 39 odd dollars. This is not done. Silver is the most critical, important metal along with copper for your industrialization. If what the Trump government is saying, like they wanted to bring all the industries here, consider you have a long bull market for your precious metals. That's all. So all the precious metals, no sparing to anyone. Platinum, palladium, gold, silver, copper, industrial metals, nickel, aluminum, everything is going to go high. What it means is your company's revenues will increase. How the company's revenues will increase? Assume they are selling something for $10 today, they are going to sell it for $12 tomorrow. You will see $20 increase, 20% increase in their revenues. So the company shows like, okay, they are growing, their profitability grows because 20% margin on $10 and 20% margin on $12 is not simple. They show like, okay, there is a profitability. The economy is good, their profitability is good, the companies are growing, the economy is good is what they will portray. What it means is the market is going to run high for next few years. Go ahead and make use of this opportunity. This is another golden era of investing. Even if you invest in US, if you want to invest in India, India is much higher. I think this is the age where we should never miss investing in India. Now everybody is aware of what the growth story of India is. We believe in the leadership. There is stability in the economy, country, everything. So this is the best period. Go ahead and pick up some monopoly names like IRCTC, CDSL, where you know like you don't have to do any big research here. Use your common sense. There is no competition to DMart. There is no competition to Reliance. So go ahead and invest, and it will make huge amount of money there as well. Just to touch base on few things here. So the stocks that I spoke about, wanted to just see where they are. So Nasdaq, one thing I wanted to touch base is like I mentioned, I study global investing. Wanted to say like there is huge opportunities coming from China as well. I don't know if you're tracking or not, but what China was doing was kind of suppressing their economy intentionally. It was struggling, and there's like what US is doing quantitative easing. China started doing it about a year ago, about 2 years ago. Companies like Baba, which is the big head for Chinese economy, it's like Reliance Industries and Tata's for India, right? Baba revenue went up by 10 times in last 6 years, 7 years. The stock price is as is. So that's a value investing that you wanted to do in case you wanted to look at big companies. Go ahead and start investing in those. Baba is an excellent buy right now, and it's going to make huge amount of wealth in next 10 years. Give it time. Don't put a date towards it, but consider this as like a long-term portfolio you wanted to build. You can get started. And quite a lot of AI-related companies and LiDAR-related companies, autonomous vehicles, huge demand coming from China, and they are growing exceptionally well in other side of the world except US. They have access to European market, they have access to Middle East quite easily compared to what US is. So they are establishing themselves as a big players in those markets. So companies which are into AI, autonomous, they are going to make huge wealth as well. So wanted to touch base some of the small cap companies. For example, AMD is large cap company, but it went from almost 240 to it kind of came to 80 levels, 76 levels. Consider this is done right now. What you have is the next big opportunity to go ahead and invest. These are like, it dipped by almost 60% or 70% from the peak, right? So it's a very good place for you to be in. And the company ASML, which I spoke, it came down from 1200 levels to 500 levels. It's kind of dipped by 50%, which is a very reasonable. Instead of going ahead and investing in your other assets, right? So you wanted to get started here, you will see the returns very soon, very soon compared to the other areas. This I spoke about Palantir. Palantir is like, this is what Palantir did. What I project is the Palantir is going to go to 250 levels in next few months. I've suggested it as a buy when the price was $30 in September or October 2024 in BA. It went out to become a multi-bagger already, and it gave like 4 5 times returns already in under 1 year. It's not done yet. I've seen a lot of news saying about Palantir being overvalued, don't go invest, it's very unsafe. Nobody knows literally what they're speaking about. I follow this guy. He's an Indian, again, Ashwath Damodaran. He's a professor of economics in New York School of Business. Very, very good, excellent guy. And he does a lot of analysis, posts a lot of videos in YouTube. I was very surprised to see in the month of March, Palantir was in his buy list where he says like this is very undervalued company when the price was about 120. So we as a retail investors, we have no idea about how to value a company. That itself is a different skill. If you think like, okay, I'm able to check the pulse and I'm the doctor, no, you're wrong. You need to go to a doctor to get you treated, right? If you treat yourself, then it's going to bite yourself. It's going to bite somewhere the other way. Likewise, we are not going to do the evaluation. Valuation of a company is something which cannot be done by putting it into an Excel sheet. Okay, so Ashwath Damodaran is his name. It's available in YouTube, very, very vocal. Lot of fundamental analysis, evaluation metrics he tries to do it. Go ahead and look into it. So Palantir is not overvalued as per him. It can go further, much, much higher. CoreWave, this got listed only last month. You can see from 34 levels to it went up to almost 185 levels. This is kind of monopoly again because they are the AI service providers for your for small and mid cap companies who doesn't have access to NVIDIA GPUs. They are the ones who is going to rent. Now assume you wanted to go ahead and build an app. You can take the help of CoreWave to get the infra ready for you, to get the GPUs ready for you, and you just have to rent it out. You are not even buying. You are not bound by any contract there. Okay. Same thing with NBIS. This is a Finland-based company, extremely well-managed company, and huge growth. What I am speaking about is indices that are going to form tomorrow. These are like micro cap and small cap companies, but these are going to become your mid cap companies very soon, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the lane. I'm speaking about like NVIDIA's position, which was in 2016, which nobody cared, nobody looked into NVIDIA, but everybody speaks about NVIDIA right now. So these companies are the ones which everyone will start speaking about in next few years, and they wanted some pie of it. Okay. One thing I wanted to touch base is quantum computing. This is at very nascent stage, early stage, but I've seen people, companies like Microsoft, Google investing heavily, and they wanted to stay invested here. There are few company names. IonQ is the best in breed. Their technology is much superior to compared to other, like there are QBTS, RGTI. These are 4 or 5 companies that you keep hearing in the market. But if you go ahead and start reading, you will analyze, you will get that IonQ's technology is much superior. Look into their LinkedIn profiles, try to understand what they're trying to do, where their products have implication. Very early stage, but no looking back. People want to, companies like Google and Amazon wants to stay invested in quantum computing in order to expedite the speed, what they wanted. See, speed to the market is what every company's dream is, and there is no looking back for this sector as well. So IonQ, QUBT, QBTS, these are few companies that you can think of. And coming to the clean energy sector, I spoke about the nuclear power plants. They don't want to build, the US government's direction is not to big reactors. What they wanted to go for is something which is more meaningful, very small reactors. What it means is technologically advanced companies is what they are looking at. You the small reactors have much more scope to go and grow as well. So SMR, your Constellation Energy, LEU, NNE, these are like kind of companies you can think about. And for the defense, you can think about Axon Technologies, Axon Enterprise, GE Enterprise. These are few of the names, and there are few drone developing companies which the US defense government have already awarded contract. Some of them are KTOS, Xena Technology, which is a Canadian company, very small. US defense is not, you cannot take it light when the US defense is allocating projects to these very small micro cap companies. They have huge growth. Okay, every corner of the world is threatened right now. Some or the other form of insecurity is always there, be it India, be it Malaysia, be it Middle East, be it Iran, Iraq, Russia, everywhere, including Mexico and Canada, they are threatened. Now, the adoption of the defense and the adoption of the eVTOLs and the drones is much more higher, growing at rapid pace, and every government wants to go ahead and invest in these companies. Okay, so these are all the sectors that I wanted to cover primarily, and like I mentioned, you don't have to build an app, you don't have to get started with a company in order for you to make money. Stay invested, and I would say like get benefited out of it directly or indirectly. This is one of the good ways to make wealth. You can kind of take care of your families as well, have your personal life, have your hobbies, be it singing, dancing, working out, whatever it is, and on the sidelines you can do these things. I know like most of the people have 401ks invested directly, equities, etc. In case this is my contact number, in case you wanted to reach out, please feel free to reach out. And Dinakar Garu has my contact details as well. Shailesh Garu has my contact details. Please feel free to reach out as well in case you need anything. With this, I'll wind up my session. I'm sorry I took a little longer than what I was supposed to speak. I'll open the question, the forum for the questionnaire right now. So for defense, there is something called as DFEN.
Index fund.
Yeah. So for defense, you call it ETF. Is what you have. It's an ETF. ETF comes with some expense ratios. You can look into primarily Vanguard ETF. See, more or less, underlying companies in these ETFs are common. Okay. So you can pick up one of the top ETFs with lowest expense ratio. That is the thing that you need to look into. Just take a look, see which one is performing better in last 1 year or so. Look into the, I would say, what you need to look into is the man behind the fund. Okay, so not the fund name, not the company name. It's the man who is driving that fund. Just go ahead and do some research about what was his past performance. It's very easy. Right now, you go put that into ChatGPT. It will give you in under 10 minutes. You don't have to break your head as well. So look into who is driving that fund and go ahead and pick up one fund out of it. Vanguard, Invesco, Fidelity, a lot of these have funds, but I didn't find time to put a slide for the ETFs as such. I was about to do it, but by the time I landed, it was 2 in the night.
Two questions. Two questions, right? One, you said the Indian defense industry, right? I've been following it for a while from military majors and others, what they commerce and everything. Seems to be they are doing a lot of things, right?
Yes.
How do you invest in the Indian defense? That's number one question. Number two, in the previous session, what they were talking about is like the interface to the real world from the AI is going to be the robotics. So do you have anything on the robotics side?
So, robotics, I would say, first of all, let me answer your first question. So, in case you wanted to stay invested in Indian defense, you can look into companies very well established, Navratnas, BDL, Midani. These are all the companies that you can start looking into. They are going to perform extremely well. They are going to replace some of your manufacturing and industries in the indices. Not performing because these are going to be tomorrow's leaders. They were not being taken care by the earlier governments. That is not the case anymore. Now they have huge focus. I mean, if I have to summarize it in one line, going from net importer to net exporter itself is a big statement, right? That too coming from India, where the manufacturing sector was weak, and defense was never our strength. We were always buying weapons from the rest of the world. And robotics, see, I would say in case you wanted to stay invested with the robotics, I didn't see huge success with what they were trying to do it earlier. But Tesla is way ahead compared to, it's not a direct robotics company, but it's a tech company. Assume the humanoid robots that they are speaking about is going to come. It's going to be a game changer in US. Everybody wants to buy one humanoid robot, and Tesla is not a car company anymore. It's a data company. They do a lot of data analytics, and the data is being used for coming up with the next gen product. They don't want to build your phones or anything as such.
Thank you, Pawan Garu. Really very insightful. Give me a big round of applause. And we are running short of time, so but Pawan will be hanging out, and you got his contact information. So please get in touch with him. We'll get a flower bouquet for him.
Thank you.
Pandri Garu, any BOTs and President Garu? Anybody wants to come to the stage? So now we will get started for the next session. And I invite our BOT Venu Parepalli Garu to come onto the stage to cover the next topic, which is on real estate trends. Very interesting topic for many of us. We have several panel speakers, and he's going to introduce all of them. Venu Garu?
Hello everyone, how everybody's doing? I don't, make sure it's only one way. Once comes inside, I don't want anybody to go outside. It's going to be a great session because we're going to talk about real estate. Everybody, after AI, real estate is always an interesting topic. So people have a lot of questions, and we got expertise right here. You can get questions asked, and you can get answered. So I want to stay patient, and let me bring you all the panels today. And first one, I'm going to invite Subba Gopavarampu on the stage, please. Also, we have a next panel. We have Suresh Chilamkurti from Dallas. And we also have Amal Elkur from Tampa. We also have Ari Kupuraj. If you're in, please come on stage, please. He's from Connecticut chapter. Okay, let's start the session. I'm going to introduce first Subba Gopavarampu. He's from Los Angeles chapter, and I know Subba Gopavarampu from almost 7 years. He's a very great entrepreneur in the land development. He's doing a lot of projects in Los Angeles area, Southern California, and he can explain more. Once I give the mic to him, he can introduce a few minutes about him. The next speaker we have is the next panel member. We have Suresh Chilamkurti from Dallas chapter, and he's also a friend of our president Ramesh Bapanpalli Garu. I think within the small request, he flight from all the way from Dallas to share his opinion about the real estate. And we also have Hari Kupuraj. He's from Connecticut chapter. He's also a big entrepreneur in real estate. He did a lot of projects in Connecticut area, doing real estate in land development. He's also a developer. He built a lot of apartments and townhomes. One of his successful recent project is he built 37 townhomes, end-to-end construction and rented out. And Amal Elkur, I just got his introduction. He's a general contractor, entrepreneur. He built houses, and you can explain more. I'll give it to the mic. And he's from Tampa chapter. He's also a past chapter lead from Tampa. So I'm going to give you to Mike. Just introduce yourself if you have a little bit more than what I tell. So I start with Suresh.
సురేష్ చిలంకుర్తి అండి. నేను డల్లాస్ నుంచి ఇక్కడ ఇండియాలో మాది మచిలీపట్నం విజయవాడ దగ్గర గుర్తున్నా. సో ఐఎమ్ ఏ గుడ్ ఫ్రెండ్ ఆఫ్ రమేష్ బాపన్పల్లి, ద కరెంట్ NRIVA president. Thank you for giving me this chance to be sharing this stage with fellow successful entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. I am Subba Gopavarapu. I am Sunday, Southern California. I am an engineer by profession, then entrepreneur, and then multiple stock, private equity investor, and a real estate developer, land developer. That's what I am. I am open to have any, happy to answer and happy to mentor anything what you need for in real estate investments.
So I'm Hari Kupraj. I'm from Connecticut, but we have projects in Connecticut as well as in Texas. So what we do is we do land development as well as end-to-end townhomes development. So I recently, in the sense, for 5 years I've been into real estate construction development, and before that I was doing a lot of flips, and now I've given up my day job and fully into real estate construction. So 4 or 5 projects are happening in Austin area and then Connecticut area also. Thank you.
Namaskaram Andi. Thanks for joining us. And welcome to everybody for this place. Na peru Amal Yelkur. Call myself as born civil engineer. Masters చేసిన సౌత్ డకోటా స్టేట్ యూనివర్సిటీలో ఇక్కడ 2018 నుంచి ఆర్చ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ గ్రూప్ అని స్టార్ట్ చేసినాను. Pretty much help everybody here in Florida with design, engineering, construction and management, property management. Many of my clients are right here around you. Prosperity and also Vasavi Developers Group. I've done many engineering designs for them and also estimates for them. So all these gentlemen are here. These come up with projects, whereas I build them. General contractor's license naku last year ochindi. I do pools, whatnot. As for it, anything in real estate construction, I've got my hand in there, and I'm proud to represent NRIVA among you as a civil engineer and general contractor. Thank you.
We also have a small AV Subagaru wants to present just for 2 minutes about his projects, and it was built by AI. One of his friends gave the inputs, and it was built by AI. So we just want to play it. And the disclaimer is NRIVA is not endorsing anyone, and it's just only for information purpose, and make your own due diligence in investing in AI or real estate or any platform. We're only just bringing the platform to share the knowledge, just to disclaim.
In the heart of Southern California, a vision was born. A vision to redefine real estate and build not just structures, but legacies. Welcome to OC Projects, a company that transforms ideas into powerful growth stories. Since its launch in 2019, OC Projects has quickly become a key player in the real estate market, delivering 4 major land acquisitions in just 3 years. The OC Industrial Partners. Land development for a state-of-the-art, approximately 40,000 square feet industrial warehouse on 2 acres in Napa Valley, a hub for innovation and growth. The OC Infra. Land development for a sprawling 1.1 million square feet retail center on 23 acres, providing space for commerce and community to thrive. The OC Capital Partners. Land development for a visionary 330,000 square feet mixed-use development on 7.63 acres in Wildomar, offering both mixed-use retail and light industrial spaces. The OC SoCal Developers. Land development for a remarkable 17-acre project in Wildomar, featuring a luxury hotel, estate homes, and an industrial business park that speaks to the future of real estate. With $14 million raised and $1.5 million invested, the company worked hard to build value for the investors. But that's just the beginning. With an investor base of 125 individuals from across the United States, OC Projects offers a unique opportunity to invest in something truly special. On average, these investors have contributed more than $150,000 each, and few partners have committed to every project, demonstrating their confidence in the company's vision and future. Behind the OC Projects is the unwavering passion of Subba Gopavarapu. From a young age, Subba embraced the values of hard work and finished his engineering in 1995. After migrating to the United States in 1998, he founded GSR Technologies, providing employment to over 100 master's degree students. Suba also finished his MBA from Bobson College of Entrepreneurship in 2015.
That's a small video about the real estate and Shubha's passion in real estate. Now we're going to ask questions to energize people about real estate industry. I have a first question about just to ask to get more interest on real estate. So from morning we are hearing a lot about AI, correct? So now I'm asking what is real estate is different than AI. So if anybody of panels want to take to this question, so now I want to move the energy from AI into real estate. So anybody want to energize people into real estate because they are in the mood of AI? So I want to bring it back into real estate.
I know AI is a buzzword on the marketplace. If you don't know AI, even though whether you know it or not, you have to say, yes, I know AI. Then only you'll succeed. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. So, but one thing I can say, my dad is an entrepreneur, businessman. What he told me was, I know everybody invests stock market and gold, precious metal, Bitcoin, whatnot. But all this can be reproducible. But real estate you can't reproduce. That is the only reason I am investing in real estate, nothing beyond. If you want to live, if you want to go to office, all these things, without real estate, it's almost $64 trillion market in the US in real estate itself. So the fraction is, you are living, you need to have a house. That is real estate. If you are going to office, that is real estate. AI definitely improve the quality, the visuals which we created by using AI. That is the beauty of technology. Technology comes and goes, but when I came to US, I know only mainframe. In front of my eyes, mobile technology came, web technologies came, now AI technology. It's another technology. You don't need to fear at all. You need to be optimistic, take it, and move on to the next. Everybody when I come into US, because of mainframe, everything will be crashed, world will die. Nothing will happen. It will continue. Our parents survived, we survived, our kid will survive. So AI is another theme, nothing beyond, in my opinion. Okay, that's what I can say.
Anybody else want to take that?
So I think we are going to be using AI a lot in real estate. So we will make use of humanoids maybe in real estate too in future. So that's going to be the tech. We will always be adopting AI or any embracing any technology that helps real estate to grow. So that's what. So we are going to use AI to improve real estate.
Anybody also add to that? Just one more line.
So what they said is very right. It is another tool. If you see the whole human being, initially we started creating, efficiency of the legs with the transportation. Then we came to the hands, we use the bulldozers to lift the weights and everything. Now it came to the brain. So now obviously we are going to make use of that. I do multifamily, we do property management. So then, the fourth or fifth comes, there are the tenants, who doesn't pay the rent or whatever it is. The norm until yesterday is the property manager, it starts calling the tenants and everything. Now in the real picture, the AI start doing that. It has all the history when they moved in. If they have any late charges, it understands it. It simulates the passionate voice. It understands their problems. And if they say we are going to pay in the next 3 days, can you waive off the fee? So based on our instructions, it will take care of that too. So it is going to make the processes much simpler and better.
Thank you, Suresh Garu. One more question I have. I want to shift the gears into real questions people ask. You just want to add? Okay.
Throw in a few words on AI and how it's going to put me through unemployment pretty soon here, I guess. So the four pillars, everybody touched on a little bit, but the big aspect, and it could help you in a day or two, the four things that would be in civil engineering aspect is due diligence, engineering, construction, and management. The last three, we do have, it's kind of like not replaceable. But the first one, due diligence, recently Kishore Achanda reached out to me saying, is there any tool that we can do this? Now, one of the biggest aspects that's happening in our full-time job, design, is construction cost. Just through Copilot sensible terms, you'd say what would be the construction cost for a 2,400 square building, renovation cost. You can pretty much get answers that way. So part of the deal is estimation. Some of the aspects that I do is gone already. So AI is getting in there with drawings. If you would upload all the drawings and have it spit out what are the materials and all, it'll just give you all that information. I've checked it out, it does work. So there are some tools, and that's why I got my general contractor's license. I promise you, you cannot build a builder, but you can remove a designer.
Thank you, Amal, for the points. So I want to just ask questions. So people like all the immigrants here, they're always worried about investing in US or investing in India. So based on your experience, where we have to invest, and is it US or India? Can you elaborate on that? Anybody want to take it?
మనకి చిన్నప్పుడు ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా సరే రూపాయికి 16 అనాలే అంటారు. సో ఐ స్ట్రాంగ్లీ బిలీవ్ దట్. అండ్ ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఏంటంటే అదర్ సైడ్ గ్రాస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ గ్రీన్. సో ప్రిటీ కామన్. మనకు తెలిసిన దానిలో మనం ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయము, మనకు తెలియని దానిలో ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయము. ఎందుకంటే పక్కోడు ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేశాడు, వాడు పెద్దోడు అయ్యాడు. ఎందుకంటే మనం వీఆర్ ప్రిటీ మచ్ కాపీ క్యాట్స్. బీ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్. నో బడీ నోస్ అదర్ దాన్ యూ వాట్ యూ వాంట్. The data, the research, what you do, you are the best judge. If you ask question, he doesn't know, you are asking wrong person. Because you know the data, you know the answers, you know what the reward is going to be. So, especially property, I strongly recommend invest where you are. ఇప్పుడు 18% ఇండియాలో వచ్చిందనుకోండి, ఇన్ఫ్లేషన్ ఈజ్ 8%. Dollar fluctuation 10%. What you are getting is pain, headache. You don't sleep in the night. Do you need to have that in your life? What your good savings? Answer is yourself. Nobody need to tell you. So when I came to US, I know some of the people came in. I watching the dollar when I was a sixth grade onwards. At was time it was only 7 rupees per dollar. Today 87. So almost 10x. 25 years 10x. What rate of return you get? So nobody is there. You take care of. Even I have assets in India, but nobody is there to take care of first. Why you want to get the stress? If you invest, even my daughter, she born here. She's in medical school. 2 years ago, we went to show her our property. Daddy, I don't need to know India what you have. Tell me if you have anything in US. I'll talk about it. Very simple. I started selling. I sold one close to Amravati last year. It took 8 months. I sold in only 3 months. It took 8 months to get my money back after paying all taxes. Okay, that's what my advice. Just invest where you are, not anywhere else. Even though California అవసరం లేదు, New Jersey అవసరం లేదు, Florida అవసరం లేదు, ఇవన్నీ అవసరం. మీరు ఎక్కడ ఉన్నారో రిలేటివ్గా pretty much across the world it appreciate the same, nothing beyond. That's what my 2 cents.
Suresh Garu or Hari Garu, you want to add any more to it?
Yeah, what he said is right. Like both the places are good for the investment. But if you invest in the US, obviously overheads తక్కువ ఉంటాయి. Tomorrow kidsకి ఆటోమేటిక్గా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అవుతుంది. The big problem ఏంటంటే ఇండియాలో when it appreciates whatever the money you have getting here legally is a very big problem. So that is the one point. And the beginning days, what happened is we don't have this much knowledge about American investments. Today, Indian community acquired a lot of knowledge, and they are building, trustworthy teams and chasing the best in the market. So, like another thing, let me add one more point. You make money if it is sitting in the bank. It gives us something, but it has to improve your personal appearance in the public also. When you have properties here, as he said, like his daughter cares the properties here. When you have properties locally, your personality changes, your confidence changes, your appearance in the public changes. We enjoy that. End of the day, we are all eating the same food. It doesn't matter how much money you have. We stand in the line, we eat the same food. But the attention that you get, the fame, the success. Your success, should make you happy. It is not just the money. Money gives the success. That success should make you happy. So make whatever you make here, so that you will be, improve your personality also. Your personality also every day improves. So because I have properties here, I'm on this stage. Otherwise, if I have money in India, then I'm going to call me and make me sit here.
Absolutely, indeed. So I definitely agree with Subagaru and Suresh here. So real estate is all about location, and location. So it's primarily you need to analyze each and every deal. Every deal is different. So every investment is different. So you need to understand what you are investing, how you are investing, when you are investing. So all these matters. But on a general note, for people who are here living in US, I definitely feel that investing in US makes sense, as mentioned, for all the reasons mentioned by our friends. But on top of it, on a personal note, I am winding up all my investments in India and bringing it here. That's for sure.
Amal Garu, do you want to add any last thoughts?
So I can miss this. This is really a good question. Goda మీద పిల్లి ఇన్నారు కదండి. So I'm one of them. I'm the cat on the wall, India and US. Kids have grown up now. They want to stay in the US. I want to go back. Karnool Madi. Akkada enough unnai. There is always a question, and whatever Mr. T brings up, T as I mean Trump, obviously. There are some people who want to go back. As long as there is enough support, I agree with everybody. My philosophy is, if you can touch and see the land, you buy. I know it's going against with somebody here, but bottom line, if you're able to see the property, if you're able to go manage it, at least look what's happening there, then you do have to invest there. India, there'll be a day you want to go back, you may want a piece of land there, and it's beautiful there. Should go back.
So we got the conclusion that invest where you are, where you live in US. Is that correct? All right. Now you said where you invest. Where you want? Okay.
I have one question on behalf of everybody here. So, considering all the factors, after COVID, a lot of dimensions have been changed. Before COVID, everybody was praising investments in India. Now, because of the kids, because of the inflation, because of more opportunities within America, now the dimension and the perception has been changed. So, given today's time, and I'm asking on behalf of everybody, what would be the best way? Like suppose somebody has $1 million. You said, what do your portfolio should have? $1 million guy or $2 million somebody has. They want to invest. What should be the balanced portfolio? Like somebody might want triple net, somebody want land, somebody want mall, office. So how do you categorize the best way so that they never get into the bankrupt situation? Because I have seen some of my friends who got bankrupt, even though they are very talented, they are very smart, but they could not succeed in multifamily. They lost all lifetime fortune. Along with them, there are another 40-50 people also lost. That's okay, it's a business, it happens. So that's my one question.
Anybody want to take it?
So real estate అనేది different if you have 1 million portfolio, I strongly suggest you, it depends on your lifestyle. See, let's say your cost of living today is 20,000 per month. when you retire at 65, you need to have maintain the same lifestyle or better lifestyle. As long as your investment today, the $1 million we have, diversify into different buckets. People put into some risky assets, some people put into money savings accounts, some people put in the Bitcoin. If you are able to ride that wave, then you invest. I don't say anywhere, but your end goal is, at the end of 65, 70, you need to maintain the same lifestyle, because your earning powers will go down as your age increases. Because your obligations, I was talking to yesterday somebody, if you have a kid, if your kid want to become a doctor, it's cost you $1.5 million today's rate. I don't know what's going to happen next 5 years down the line, because I'm going through that. My daughter in medical school, every year I'm paying $120K for a year, so 4 years almost $500K, right there for only for grad, undergrad, or middle school, all these things. So maintain that lifestyle, invest into different buckets, 30% into your real estate, maybe 20%, 25% into depending on your risk capital. S&P is giving average 6 to 8%. Real estate will give you 4%. But you have leverage. There is a tax. In financial market you pay 45 to 50% tax. When you sell, you pay. But real estate, you can do 1031 exchange. You don't need to pay any dime to it. That's why wealthy investors, wealthy people always as a vehicle to maintain their balance sheet. Reduce your liabilities, increase your assets. That is, I am doing the same thing. I do into real estate, but majority of my portfolio is, I know real estate very well, from single family to commercial development and land acquisition, land development and engineering, entitlements, and then all this. I know pretty much all 3 sectors in real estate. I am full time into that business. That's what my advice.
So it's all diversification and multiple assets. Fundamentally, everybody every day seeing the opportunities to invest in the real estate. Different models of real estate. Every model of the real estate makes money. So otherwise, somebody needs that one, right? That's why people are investing in that. So now it comes back to who is operating it. So my small suggestion there is, look for the operator who has done that multiple times before, and he delivered whatever he promised to deliver, at least. And that you want to hear from, not from the operator, but somebody who is already invested, that is your close friend. So don't go too far and invest, because you got a deck from somewhere, miracles are happening, don't go there. So either whoever the operator is your friend, or one of your close friend invested with him and they got some good results, then my suggestion is go up to that far. Don't go too far to invest. So even after that, are you not going to get the losses? Any business has the risk. We cannot avoid it, but don't jump on because miracles happening somewhere. Somebody told the deck is good. AI make the beautiful deck. AI knows what questions you have while looking at it. It already puts the answers there. Now the the brain is free, right? Now the brain is free. So you also get improved, put that deck into the AI and ask tell me about it, what is the history kind of this product, what questions to ask, is it good for me, something like that. Forget about the AI, but go with the known services to invest and diversify.
Yeah. So diversification is the key word. Definitely, if you have $1 million right now and you want to invest, so diversification is best. So go for some commercial, go for some triple net, go for multifamily and land, and buying land also. So everything has its own risk, everything has its own returns. So we have to go for diversified approach, so that even if there is delay in one of the project, that can be compensated by another project where we can get back the money, where the returns are good. So I definitely feel diversification, and also the operator, as Suresh Garu said, the operator who is doing it, how they are doing it, have they executed it, have they done the returns as mentioned or as promised. So those are the primary things that we have to look for any investment, even if it is a dollar investment also, so you have to look for those details.
I want to ask a question. Everybody talking about diversification, real estate investment. That's very important. I agree with you. First, you have to take care of your family. Health is priority. You're getting so much stress, putting your money in different sectors, and leads to a lot of health issues. Your family is dependent on you, the bread and butter. In my opinion, in a leadership, we should promote literacy, education. At least every family has to protect them. What's going to happen tomorrow? If something happened to me, whether my family is going to survive, whether my family is going to leave, what about my kids? So every family should think about life insurance, at least a kind of term policy, protect the short-term protection. In my opinion, I know I'm also investing money, but priorities, this is important in my opinion. Second thing is, every family follow the will and trust. You have to protect the assets, protect the legacy, protect the family. Last 1 year, I'm dealing with the 10 cases. Why don't I about insurance? Why don't I about mortgage? Who's going to deal if something happened? I made a checklist. If a person died, what wife can do, what the wife and things do. In my opinion, investment is good, diversification is good. This is my question is, I'm telling the community. I'm telling the community, yes, you can invest. Take care of your family in India. Family is suffering. We're establishing, buying apartments, real estate. What family is doing, what my parents are doing, how we going to survive. So these are the priorities first to talk about. Then talk about diversification, real estate, and 401k, whatever the things to do. This is my opinion. Everybody has a different opinion. My opinion, NRA leadership should emphasize every family first to take a priority, family protection. Recently, incident happened in Georgia. The family is going, whole family is gone. It's not fault. Somebody came and hit the car. What's going to happen? Who's going to sell the house? Who's got the money? Where the things happen? My advice to you, every family sit down, think what are the things to do. And some people said, oh, a company group insurance, that's enough. That's not enough. Company insurance, when your job is okay. When you leave the job, you lose the benefits. So my advice to you, first to take care of your family, financial planning, then talk about investing in Hyderabad, investing in Denver, Colorado, whatever the things to do. I know they don't like me, but it's okay. This is my advice to you, because these people are always dealing with real estate. I deal with real lives. I deal with real people. These kind of things. I'm sharing experience. 10 families help them. See how they're going through the stress, irony. So my advice to you, first to set your goals, set your financial goals, set your things, then do other things. Diversify the funds, and everybody talking about investment. Everything had to pay taxes. Always should think about tax-free money. Where the tax-free money is coming. And when you retire, Social Security is horrible. Medicare is horrible. You have to spend money for a whole health. When Medicare comes, they won't coverage anything. You have to think long-term policy. Whatever you invest the money, everything is going to health on.
So I just want to conclude after this session, Divakar Garu is doing the physician committee. They are also doing some health checkups and stuff. If you guys want to go there and take some of his opinions also about will and trust, family protection is very important for diversification. He bring a lot of doctors today in the other side of the room. So make use of it and check your health, and he's giving instant results. Thank you, Divakar for suggestion.
Yeah. So, next question.
Before like that, I have one question, Anna. Our big boss in DC just passed a big, beautiful bill, and in that, I'm hearing a lot of bonus depreciation is going to change the commercial real estate market. For people here doesn't know about this bonus depreciation, which gonna energize the market. Can you guys, in a layman terms, can you explain what is bonus depreciation? How everybody in this room can make use of it in a small investments in anything in the real estate? Anybody wants to start with?
So one of the key aspects of investing in real estate is depreciation. So depreciation is the process by which we reduce the value on books. We reduce the value of the property year by year. So generally by default, 27.5 years is the depreciation period for a property, whether it's commercial or residential. But bonus depreciation, what our big beautiful bill has done is they have permanently adopted this bonus depreciation, meaning that it's going to be permanent. Until it was temporarily extended, but now it's going to be permanent. And they are going to, like bonus depreciation, we need to do to explain what is bonus depreciation, we need to do a cost segregation analysis for the property, meaning that which components of the property, like for example carpets, tiles and walls, can depreciation faster than the entire property. So some of the components can depreciate at in 5 years. So that is by doing that we'll be able to gain tax benefits and improve the cash flow for the property. So that's the primary objective of the bonus depreciation from my side.
So generally if you buy a property, you need close to 30% of the money. Let's assume that you are buying a $10 million property, you need $3 million to buy it. What bonus depreciation do it, like it will give you the first year depreciation close to 3 million. So let's assume that one person is a doctor and he is making $3 million a year. And like without the real estate you pay the taxes on $3 million, a million or something like that. In this situation what happens is if one between husband and wife, if one is making the money on the W2 and another person is not doing the any W2 job, and if they spend 750 hours in the real estate, so they are eligible to use this bonus depreciation against the regular income. Active income. Let's say somebody has a consulting company, they are making $3 million. In an ideal situation, they will pay $1 million tax. But in this situation, if one person is not, assuming the wife is not working, and if she is taking care of the real estate, they are eligible for bonus depreciation. What happens is you take these $3 million, buy a $10 million property, you pay zero taxes. From 2018, when I came to real estate, I haven't paid a dollar tax. So the same technique. I have a consulting company. So my wife, she works full-time on the real estate. I make money here and put it in the real estate. I haven't paid a dollar tax. I used to live in New Jersey. So New Jersey doesn't take the bonus depreciation, again it's the state taxes. So then I realized a little bit late. After 2 years, I realized these guys are making me to pay. Then I moved to Texas. So now virtually I don't pay any taxes. So check with your CPA. So try to get the eligibility as a full-time real estate. That saves that is going to give you the real make use of the bonus depreciation. Thank you.
So is that bonus depreciation is not applicable for anyone? Whoever is in the real estate, they won't get it?
Negative, sir. Absolutely. Bonus depreciation works for everybody.
Okay.
As long as you invest in a real estate transaction. Again, AI, this is tonight, do this, short-term rental income loophole. And this was again, Prosperity Developers. He asked me that question. There's a lot going on in Dallas, recent trip. Everybody is buying downtown, around downtown neighborhood just because there's no HOA. There are quite many things that you got to watch out. But bottom line, if you buy a home, put it on Airbnb, short-term rental, your depreciation classifies for your bonus depreciation. Bottom line, if you would pay taxes, if you would show an income of, say for example, 100,000, and you have an Airbnb, you could drop the value or depreciation on it. Thereby your rental income would go down, or your primary income will go down, and you'll have passive income coming on from Airbnb. It's a must question on your AI and also your CPA. He would guide you all that. And lots of homes, especially got to watch out. HOA would not allow Airbnb in your communities. So there are prime locations in Tampa everywhere, and that's why I've come into property management too. This is a good niche.
Can I ask you?
So today, when you go back home, if you have time spending, so just go and learn more about bonus depreciation. There's a lot of videos in YouTube, and I just want to go. Samudra,
Yes.
ask a question.
Okay, my name is Dr. Samit Rala. I'm a retired doctor. I hear everybody invest in real estate. I never did before, except my house. And I was thinking. I'm thinking, like a retirement, not knowledge in real estate. What is the difference between the investing real estate directly than ETF of the real estate?
So stocks లో పెట్టాలా ఇన్వెస్టింగ్ రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ లో లేకపోతే రియల్ గా ఇన్వెస్టింగ్ పెట్టాలా? So ETF also, the fundamental in ETFs is kind of REIT, real estate investment trust. You can invest 90% of the profit has to be distributed to all the investors. The 90% of the profits of the rental income, all those things. But somewhere one project is 70% occupancy. One project has 20% occupancy. One project has 30%. When you average it, the average rate of return on these REITs are around 9%. So, but even VC world, I'm into venture capital space technology. The best VC will give you 13% constantly. S&P give you 6 to 8%. Real estate will give you 4%. But different asset classes give you approximately the same. But the only thing is, my best advice is, invest what you know to get your rate of returns. Retail same, pretty much everything is same. Underneath, what somebody said is a fund manager who is driving the bus. I invest on the jockey, not on the horse. So invest on the jockey, which is fund manager here, fund manager or property manager, property operator, whoever that is. So pretty much same, 8 to 9% is REIT. SPY also part of some of the components within the SPY. But real estate focus is different. Different businesses, that's what it is.
I mean,
Uncle, I would-
diversification
Yeah.
is buying in a real estate directly or ETF? That is my question.
Directly buying directly is you can write all your expenses, but you don't get all those things. If you have personal income somewhere, you are getting 100,000. If you have a property, rental income is coming, you can write off. The loss is coming there, but your balance sheet will increase. Your rate of your tax liabilities you can reduce by using this real estate.
Yeah.
One point to add. You make money in the real estate because of the leverage. It is not only what your money invested, what the leverage you got it. Leverage, yeah. The REITs, they cannot leverage. So they cannot leverage. So you are not going to get the benefit of the money making on the leverage. I would say that is the biggest disadvantage of investing through REITs. My understanding, I think.
There is a marginal buying also there.
Marginal buying, that is a different. Buying REIT using the margin is a different concept. But the REIT itself, it cannot take the leverage to buy the properties. So that is there is a big difference between here and there. And you cannot use the bonus depreciation if you go through the REITs.
Yeah, so you are absolutely right. Interest deduction is something in the one beautiful bill is there that you can actually take off the interest deduction from your income. So I'm very impressed with you guys. I don't know about the others, but I kind of see Donald Trump's making in that stage. And he hasn't paid much taxes.
Yeah, even I'm in 27 years. My employee pays more tax than myself.
Exactly. So I walked with a friend for 30 years, and I saw him. He invested 100,000 in a land, and he's worth 30 million today, and he paid zero taxes. I said, oh my gosh, I saved so much of money in my 401k, and I'm going to pay a ton of money on the taxes. So 1031 exchange you guys talking about is a great tool to build your wealth without taxes. Okay, that's one. Then you have this one beautiful bill has bonus depreciation. That's another way to take off your income from others, like a doctor who has millions of dollars could set off that. And the third one is opportunity zones. You can defer the taxes or capital gains. And then interest rate deduction. So interest deduction, like if you leverage to buy the property, all that interest is deductible. So there's so many strategies are there, and you guys are all employing them. So that's why I said you're all Donald Trumps in the making. Okay? But I would say you got to help others.
One more, I know a lot of people invest in stock market and 401k. There is a concept called IRA, self-directed IRA. You don't pay damn zero tax.
Exactly.
So if you have, for example, you are retired, you have your employer 401k, you are end up paying after 72 or 75, you alternate minimum tax you have to pay. Talk to your CPA, invest in real estate project. You can literally, you don't need to pay tax anything. So a lot of my investors are 50s and 60s. They want to eliminate the tax. Subha, we don't want to pay tax. We pay a lot of tax while we are working. We don't want to pay. After investing, why we have to pay? There is a self-directed IRA. You can invest self-directed IRA projects, which is zero tax.
Yep.
Go back to
So
wealth management is very, very important. We work very hard to make money, but lot of people don't spend time how to save that money.
So the Donald Trump really got this one beautiful bill to make more and more Donald Trumps in the country, to be honest. Okay? So we got to understand them and we got to leverage that. And I don't know whether you guys can spend some time and do some webinars on individual tax tax leverage tax deduction, tax-free growth of the investment you can make. Like 1031 exchange is an amazing tool. Okay? Bonus depreciation is amazing tool. The self-directed IRA, amazing tool. Interest deduction is amazing tool. And then the property appreciation that comes with your property is amazing. And you can acquire land, especially people I heard about Austin and Dallas. People pooled together money and acquired acres and acres of land, and they are sitting on millions of dollars wealth today. So you're right, location is important, knowing the place is important. I would say with all the one beautiful bill, take one piece of it and do some webinars to help the people to build the wealth. You will be helping our NRAVA community the most vibrant and the most wealthy people. Okay, thank you.
Anna, actually, in the last year, we did a seminar in 1031 exchange. The recording is still there in the Nirva recordings log. Please go ahead and we bring a special speaker from outside who is specialized in 1031, and that recording is available. Anybody wants, any life member, please go online and see those sessions available. And we also have planned to do bonus depreciation webinars and also self-directed IRA, how to invest in real estate. Those sessions are in pipeline. We're looking for speakers who can come and educate entire NRAVA family.
One question. So basically, is it like people who are like a paycheck to paycheck? Hello?
Yeah.
People who lives on the paycheck to paycheck. Now when you think about in a real estate, always it's something that does not strike to our heads. Now always it's way high for people who lives on that. What kind of an advice people for those kind of people to get into the real estate?
Anybody wants to? So I understand. The question is how can we start small? So like how? Yeah.
Where to start?
Yeah, where to start? Yeah. The thing is, you have to start somewhere. So I would suggest, even though if you have little investment amount, you can still look for any flips opportunities. So flip Flip is where you buy your old house and then renovate and then improve the value of it by various things that you can do on the property and then sell it for a higher price. So flips is one of the best things that we can start, even with small money. If you have enough time where you can spend more time, and you can definitely do flips. So that's where you can start with. That's where I started also. So that's.
Excuse me, which market is good, like seller's market or buyer's market for the flips? Now we are in the buyer's market, right?
I can talk in perspective of Tampa. Tampa is right now buyer's market. So at this point, it would be really good for flipping. So there are a lot of houses in the market. Every day I get like 20 emails price cut down. So this would be a very good opportunity for investing in real estate. Maybe next year. Not sure what the 3B does. 3B, big beautiful bill. Definitely there is scope for flipping. And to start small, sir, there are many websites that would take small investments and put them in the big urban buildings. There are some websites out there that would fractional investments. There are many, sir. If you would use the AI tool again, it would give you many suggestions. But there are really good, vetted out, small investment, real estate investment.
I mean,
At
crowd
constraint
constraint
of
of
time,
crowd
we are
share is
asking
one
one or two
advantage.
questions. Praveen, yours. You can ask the question.
Question.
I'll add something. There is something called first time home buying. Like you could take 95% loan. So they will give you, the banks will give you 95% loan if it is the first time. And if you buy the 4 doors, it will come under that category. If you are really serious about making money in the real estate, so look around for the 4 apartments or something like that in a reasonable price. All you need is, let's say 600, like 150 per apartment. 4 is 600. All you need is 30K, right? It is not super expensive if you are too serious about it. But before you make money in real estate in 3 ways, right? Money makes money, and the work makes money, and the knowledge makes money. So when I want to come to real estate, I spent 18 months before I buy the first property. In 2016, I want to buy real estate. I never bought a property. In 2018, I bought my first property, 120 apartments. Because I came from the consulting company world, I have money, friends have money. I was able to buy 120 in one shot. But you could give it a shot at buying 4 and use that loan, FHA or something, first house, and all you need is 5%. But spend a lot of time on gaining the knowledge. Knowledge makes money. It's not not the other way, right?
Just curious on tandem to that question. And if you first time home buyer, is that for investment as well as anything? Like just you need to live there.
Primary first
Primary,
time.
right? Not for investment, basically.
That's what I'm saying. Like buy 4, live in 1. The next 3 you could rent it like something.
So I have one question, and it's just like kind of all we know, the kind of wealth generation happened through real estate only after COVID. It's a kind of before that it's not that much appreciation, but now it happened so much. So as for an investment purpose, what is the right time to invest? Is this the right time? What is your kind of, because you guys have so much knowledge, you have a lot of asset behind it. So what's your gut feeling for a right time to kind of buy some property or investment purposes only? Is it I know it's very hard to predict. It's just for everything, but but always there is some.
So that's a consensus answer from everyone. There is never a right time. Yes. So if you
factors what are the most
Everyone is every industry has a cycle. So what is the cycle you are thinking?
at any point of time you will be able to make money. That's if you do it right.
So, how much leverage? If it is interest rates low, property values goes up. If interest is borrowing cost is high, property values go down. So currently, we never see. I came to US in '97. At the time, interest was my car loan was 6%. I was comparing with India. We are at a 24%. Oh man, this is cheap money. My dad is, ₹2 18% ఉండే ఇండియాలో దోస్ డేస్. మనం ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత 6% అంటే చీప్ మనీ. ఏముంది 6% అంటే పావులా ఉండే ఏమనుకుంటాము. బట్ ఐఎమ్ ఎంజాయింగ్ ద యాసెట్. So 0% వెళ్ళింది ఒక decade long we are 0%. Nobody thought because of excess money supply, inflation gone up. Now Fed is tightening, but really inflation gone down. Yeah, commodities, for Indians we are all wealthy people. We are not blue collar jobs. Everybody making 100,000 plus. Average American makes only 40,000 or 45,000. So inflation, yes, energy prices are main cause of recession, but energy prices are down significantly last 3-4 years ago. But because Jerome Powell is little bit mad about Trump, is who wins, I win, you win, kind of ego issues. Inflation is only 2.5%, is not that high, but he's worried because of tax tariffs, maybe inflation goes up.
But my kind of question goes back to demand and supply.
Demand and supply, and still today there is shortage of millions of homes even today. Because when market crash, I was in the mortgage industry in 2003 to 2008. I saw in front of my eyes prices gone up 2-fold, 3-fold, came down in 2010 almost half. It's all cycles. So when I was talking to my friends, when I'm first investing in 2006, I want to buy homes. 2007, 2008, I bought 8 homes in one transaction. Everybody is, Subba, why you are buying? I told very simple question. If I want to construct this house, it's costing me $70 per square foot. I am getting for $40 per square foot. Where can I go wrong? Do simple math. If I want to rebuild the same house, it's costing $70, but I am getting for $40. Very simple. You don't need to lose any complex calculations, nothing. Simple mathematics. Can I afford this house or not? Can I hold this? Holding. Timing is in real estate. Time is your friend. In stock markets, time is your enemy. In real estate, time is your friend.
To add to that, sir, if I may, perfect timing ante now there are many opportunities, but again, bank finance. Now going back to the previous question and this question, I'll summarize. If you're not too attached to your house and there is enough margin resale, this would be a good time, because you don't want to go too high on your house. And pretty much for me as general contractor, my son Arya, Charan, they're right in the back, and my wife who's done a master's in civil, she supports us. Your family could help you renovate, and it's a good time to get out, like developments like pool, building a pool, screen enclosure, uplifting your house. This is a good time to sell. And buyer's choice, this is really a good time to buy, because you have opportunities, a lot of inventory out there, and you could really make some decent money. And this is going back to his statement. Stress, yes, there is a lot of stress in this and all that, but you would need an operator. And gentlemen here, including me, as you can see, I don't have a jacket. I'm general contractor, I build stuff, so I'm very good in this. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the amazing speakers. I invite President-elect and Dinkar Kumari, any BOTs on here. President Karu, please felicitate them. Thank you for audience for listening patiently and asking good questions. Some of these guys are coming on cruise. I don't know which guys you coming on cruise.
No, unfortunately.
Subba, you coming? Subba is there for 7 days. You can take him into any room and put him down and ask all the questions. So thank you all. Please.
Very interactive. Thank you.
One minute. Yep. Raja.
One second, guys.
Okay, everybody here.
1 second.
1, 2, 3.
One second. Anna.
For any further questions, you can always reach the individuals also.
Thank you, Andy.
Awesome. మిమ్మల్ని అయితే చాలా మంది ఫీల్ చేస్తారు లాస్ట్ నెక్స్ట్ 7 days చాలా చూసింది.
I hope you guys all liked the session. We have one more blockbuster session. We are actually going to talk about how to generate that passive income so that you can actually relax. So and be stress free. So for this session, I'm going to actually have Diwakar Janyam Garu here and Kishore Garu.
I kindly request. Please tell that there is another session happening. Please see if walk in. Ask them to come inside so that everybody gets benefited. This is also another powerful session we are going to have. Please make sure all available, okay? And call your loved ones and ask them to come. We'll give like 3 to 4 minutes. Maybe we can wait so that everybody can come. So please make some calls for your loved ones. Ask them to come inside so it will be helpful. Everybody should do one call.
Suresh Garu. Suresh Shalwant Garu is going to moderate this session for us. Yeah. So we will take a couple minutes so people can slowly trickle back in.
అదే ఏం చేద్దాం మరి ఫోటోస్ పెట్టకపోయినా లెట్స్ వెయిట్ ఫర్ ఫ్యూ మినిట్స్.
I kindly request, please have your loved ones come to the meeting. So call them or text them, and if you are around, let them join the call, let them join the conference. It will be helpful so that everybody can get enough knowledge and wisdom. Lot of people, they just most of the people listening since morning 9 a.m. So let's wait for a couple of minutes. I kindly request everybody to come to the front so that we can take the maximum advantage, and make sure you call your family members so that they can also get benefited. Hari? Raja, please start the session.
Guys, please have a seat and we're going to start this session quickly.
I know we are missing Shailesh here. Shailesh, please come on. Yeah. Okay, let's start with
Jai Vasavi Mata. I hope you guys have been entertained so far and enlightened so far. So I hope the journey continues, and everybody knows Diwakar Janjan Garu. Diwakar Janjan Garu has been a leader in the community for like decades now. And Kishore Garu is from Tampa, Prosper Realty, and they are going to actually help you navigate these waters of actually understanding how to generate passive income and be stress free in your future. Yeah. Yeah, Diwakar Garu is NRIVA BOT and has been there supporting the community NRIVA growth and everything. He has been in the DNA of NRIVA for a long time. How much ever I say about him is going to be less. So without much further ado, we have Suresh Garu moderating this session. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoy this session as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone. As I'm in the real estate, right? Like a lot of people ask me, how to get, passive income. So generally, I think a typical, Desi passive income is for now 10,000. If you get 10,000, take home, we are happy passively. That's what people have started thinking. It is going to be a very informative session. There is no straightforward answer to it. It's a $1 million question. Every Indian, like we came here in early 90s. Now everybody is, thinking about the one chunk of people thinking about the retirement. So yeah, this question is running in everybody. Let's try to pull as much information as we could from these two stalwarts, based on the introduction. So just do a little, small introduction.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining financial meeting. Basically, my name is Diwakar Janjan. I'm BOT Trust, and I'm a head of the board of license for physician committee. I focus more on health. Health is a number one priority compared to wealth. If health is not good, wealth is not going to help anything. That's my motivation. And still, I work with financial, and I have DJ Financial Group. And the last 5 years, I established a company. I'm helping right now like 6 people. All 6 people are H4 employees. H4. They're not working, health issues. I selected those people. I helped them. I helped them for getting passive income, regular income, what are the things. So before talking anything, the first question is, how do we secure our family? Whether there's enough money to support, enough money support for college, enough support my health, enough support for retirement. These are things. Before talking passive income, first to secure financially family. Whether the family is enough coverage, enough support if anything happened to me. All my family is going to support. So you have to think 2 times. Take a time, okay, how I protect my family. I'm fine, anything happened, how are they going to help me, how are they going to support? So these are the important questions. And talk about insurance, first question, whether term or group. Term is good, short-term protection for 20 years.
Diwakar Garu, I think after the introduction, once you get into this one, we'll talk more.
Let's follow the protocol. One by one point.
No. When after the introduction,
Okay.
whenever your turn comes, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I thought just my opinion.
No. Sure, definitely.
So, thank you very much.
Hi everyone. This is Kishore Rajchandra, and I'm one of the co-founders for Prosper Realty Partners. Basically, I'm back from Narsapur, Andhra. We have started this Prosper Realty Partners like 2016ish, and we have been in the industry for almost 9 to 10 years, and we are doing all the projects, multiple projects across US. We have projects running from entire South Sunbelt and on the East Coast. We are doing land development, affordable housing, mainly into RV parks and mobile home parks. We are managing multiple. We are doing multi-families. We are in all asset classes, all the asset classes that we can think of. We specialize in more on smaller investments, bigger investments, and we do even SDIR. Somebody asked a question about how do I start, where do I start when I don't have money? So we do specialize in taking funds from SDIRs as well, from your old 401ks. We do short-term rentals, and we are into all asset classes that are available. That's a small brief.
Yeah, thank you. So, basically there are two kinds of income. Like everybody knows it. There is an active income and then a passive income. The big difference is when you are spending your time, there is an active income, and the passive income where your money works for you. So the problem is, for the active income, there are the two brackets. Every day you could work 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours. You cannot do more than that. How popular doctor you are, you could only do operations for 16 hours. After that you have to go and sleep. There is a limit. How better you are, but there is a time limit. And in the wage, after 20, 30 years of work, you have to take retirement, right? So then comes the passive income. And the passive income side, there is no time limit in a day, and there is no time period limit. Like it could work 24 hours for you, and it could work forever for you. So we are talking about that second part now. Right? So whatever the money we already made, so as you don't have to think about passive income when you are retired. That is too late to think. So from the day one, you could make the passive income. The beauty comes, in the retirement side, there are two retirements. Like one retirement where you are not working, the another retirement where you are working something you like to work, not for living. Say we work to live, like you get the money and you live. But the soft retirement, if you reach the soft retirement, when your hair is black, that's a beautiful, right? You have a lot of age, now all your time is yours. You go on work. Now today we are talking about the passive income. So both of you give the basic things that produces the passive income at the bigger level, not the total detail, but tell me what you think areas that creates the passive income.
Okay, the passive income without much efforts. You put some money, different sectors, you will get constantly money. Like example, investing your money in the rental properties. Put some money, you will get a fixed income, monthly, mortgages that, and also at the same time, it will build the home equity. And if you build the home equity, you can take some money, buy other property. So in my advice is, if you have money, rental properties, invest, it's good source of income. Second thing is, invest the money in the high-yielding dividend funds, where they're like Coca-Cola. Invest the money, they're giving high dividends. It's constant passive income. And invest money in the ETFs, QQQ, SPY, just leave it there. And also buy like Magnificent 7 stocks and other things. There are many ways you can generate. And also, do you have unused 401k account? Suppose you work in the previous company, your 401k is there. So you can roll over to IRA, you can invest the money in the real estate, buy the house, or you can put some money in the annuities. Annuity is a good policy, good contract, financial product. It's a fixed income. Every year, you put 100k example, fixed annuity or index annuity, variable annuity. When you retire at 65, you will get a fixed constant income. Suppose what happened, you die, automatically goes to your wife. So your whole family will get a fixed income. And third thing is, and whole life insurance. And everything we know, investing money, again you have to pay stock, taxes. but where's the tax-free money? So invest the money in Roth IRA, invest money in the life insurance, and that money, cash value, you can use for many purposes. Example, if a cash value, you can postpone for Social Security. Social Security right now, according to age 67, if you postpone it, you will get 130%. So if you have enough stock, enough money, enough savings, you can postpone. And major problem is healthcare, Medicare. So you buy the HSA, invest the money goes up, it helps you for healthcare cost. So this is my opinion. Thank you.
As he said, like there are multiple ways to do it in terms of real estate. So what we are usually looking at is like, what is the return that we are getting only from the investment, right? So what we are lacking here is we need to think about what we can save from the taxes. So if you take simple analogy, right? So triple net lease, like as most of you know, is like is for stability. Say for example, if you want to go one level up, then go for some STR, and if you want to be like taxes ninja, like go for an REP or real estate professional. The people here are like families earning somewhere anywhere between like 300 to 500,000, like wife and husband in a good job, right? So they are effectively they are paying like 100 to 120K to Uncle Sam. Our thinking should be what we are usually our mindset is like, okay, we need to pay the taxes, okay, let's pay the taxes. But we are not looking at investment strategies where we can how do we offset that 120K and ensure that wealth is transferred to your kids rather than to Uncle Sam, right? So that is where our mindset change should come from. Like say for example STR, there are several ways to do it. Like we are already doing few of them which we can talk over the period of time. But not only don't look at the compound, like overall big picture, right? If you look at the big picture, your passive income growth will be very faster. If you have, for example, like a salaried couple, like most of us are, right? So you may have a saving of like 50K or 60K per year. That's the max that we can save, or like maybe 100K. So now that money is limited, like 50 or 60K. You can't move further. If you can combine that, the taxes that you are paying to Uncle Sam also into your savings, now your power of compounding will increase, and then you will be able to make much more like wealthier family, like even when we we can give a bigger chunk to our families like down the line.
Very good, Randy. So I'll ask one question from the audience. Let's assume that they want to make 10,000 every month as a passive income. So what would you suggest? I'll start with you. Like what would you suggest? $10,000 per month. So how much they have to invest? Where they have to invest? What is the security? Like the security wise also. Like what is the reason?
Yeah. So initially to start with, to get around 10,000 is a very good threshold for all of us. And so basically start with don't assume that I need 10,000 on day one. That's not going to happen. So we need to have a long-term strategy, right? So invest in certain things, like say for example, maybe condos to start with, because most of us do not know what the rules are, what the laws are, right? So start with a small condo, buy a condo, then slowly start investing in, say for example, now you don't have that much money also, like you're just starting. Then go and invest in any syndication firms, like Prosper, what we do. We take small amounts, big amounts, for every level we keep taking the amounts. So start investing, be with the group. Then slowly you will learn about multiple different asset classes where you can invest. For most of us, we know that hey, I'll put a condo, I'll get a rent, or I buy a townhome, I'll get a rent. So there are so many other asset classes that are available. For example, like mobile home park. I'm not saying that this is for every investor, but once you get the knowledge, then slowly start investing into these things like RV parks. Like there are so many other asset classes. And if you start slowly, over a period of time, slowly you will reach the 10K. I would say be with assets, not only looking at 10K as the investment, return on investment, look at the upside. That is one of the biggest thing that we need to look at. So, okay, now it is producing some good return, but if there is no upside, then I would definitely say that, and even take another asset which is like, which appreciates over a period of time, even if it is giving you less passive income as of today. So look at your passive income in 10 years, like 5 years, and start building it from there.
So I agree with you, but you need diversification. We can't put in one bucket. We have to put money in different buckets. Sometimes money comes, one bucket is gone, other bucket is gone. So I recommend it. They'll enter properties. I have 30, 40 clients. Everybody has 5 houses, 6 houses, 10 houses. The passive income is coming. Depreciation, other thing. It's a good way of money. Suppose unused 401k, rollover money, you can buy the properties, invest. Make sure that right place, right selection. And people think that, oh, investing money, make money. I've seen a lot of clients lost the money also, real estate. So make sure that before taking any decision, think twice. Talk to a financial advisor, talk to your friends, invest the money. And also, my advice to you, why don't you do a startup? Think about so many ideas, online businesses. You can do so many things. You can bring from India, you can sell. If wife's not working, you can do a lot of businesses.
That will come into active income.
You need a passive active income is not required. Whatever you need money for right now, that's important. A lot of families, wives are not working. How generate the money, So passive income is there, exactly. You put the index funds, mutual funds, all the traded funds, you can do that one. That's why you can do passive income also.
So, మీరు annuities గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నారు కదా, how to get 10,000 income monthly from the annuities?
You can't get 10,000 income. I'm talking about 15 to 20,000 per year income. If you invest 100,000 fixed annuity or index annuity, the best product is I have 100,000. Put a variable annuity. Just leave it there, and the money will grow like more than 10 times. Variable annuity. Don't put money everything in annuity. Put some money. You diversify the money. Fixed annuity 50k variable annuity, 50k whole life. Whole life is also generate a lot of cash value. That cash value you can take it. You can buy any other property. You can do education. You can do many things you do. So that's why I recommend you. Key factor is diversification, and also all the diversification besides, you need a will and trust. You have protected assets. Make sure that whatever the property in India, you can't bring it here. A lot of hurdles are there. I have the same problem in India. Our properties, and I'm planning to sell now everything back to India, US, because my son said, Dad, I don't want. So that's the reason. Think, how you're going to support your family, retirement.
Okay, I'll add something to here. Let's say you have money, you put it in the bank. Let's say again take the 10,000 example. Let's assume the bank is paying 5% interest. You put the $2 million there. If my math is right, every month you are going to receive $10,000. It is very good. Your money is guaranteed. Income is guaranteed. But the problem there is, after 20 years, still you are getting 10,000. So you cannot buy a burger with that money, right?
Taxes also.
That is another angle. But the problem with investing in the bank is, you're receiving the same income, but inflation eats it. That money is not enough to pay the mortgage rate. So then you have to start. There is a zero risk, almost zero risk. Then you have to start taking the risk. Then you you pick the next investment. So assuming the real estate is doing good, what happens is you will continuously receive whatever the income you are getting. Let's say if they are paying 8%, 6%, right? So that will continuously increase with the time. And your equity will also increase. In the bank, after 20 years or 30 years, they will give the same amount back. But it is nothing by them. So that is the reason why, instead of investing in the banks, why you have to choose other methods of investment. So there are two reasons. Whatever the fixed income that you are getting, it is going to hedge the inflation, it goes with the time, and your equity also grows with the time. That is the reason why, we are here to pick other investments for the passive income. Otherwise, we all go back and put it in the bank and sleep So at this point, any questions from the audience?
You guys are saying that investment, right? How much percentage of the savings we can risk it with your experience?
See, basically, right, if you go, usually if you see, right, like around 40% goes to, on an average, like, and it could be a little bit higher, lower. So 40% goes towards your, like, your mortgage, and another 15 to 20%, or maybe if you put all other expenses and everything put together, like in another 4. If you can start looking at minimum 20% of the investment of your paycheck, right, whatever after taxes, if you can invest, that's going to grow like crazy.
If that is your question, no, your question is if you have $1 million in the bank, what you should invest in the, for the passive. Yeah. Let's assume that,
So if you take like that, right? So based on your age, this answer also will change based on your age. Say for example, you are in 55s or 60s, right? I would say like, put 70% there and 30% in other investments. Say you are just just married, having kids, you have time on your side, right? Then go with like an aggressive investments. Like you can go to 40% or 50% on stocks, then another like mutual fund something, and then some bonds or something. So it all depends on the age and your risk appetite. It depends on both the things. Say some people cannot take risk at all. Like they say that I need to get money only. So if that mental peace, if you don't have, don't go into the places where you can't take it. So it boils down to your personality, your age, and your risk appetite.
So my question for you, risk factors there, high risk factor. You talk to a financial advisor, take opinion, which is the best to invest money, because if you put the money everything in one bucket, it's gone. So talk to a finance specialist, diversify the money. That's where you can generate the money.
Small addition, sir. We can easily repatriate the income from India to USA. I am a chartered accountant. There is a process, sir. By paying the taxes through NRO account, we can also credit to avoid the double taxation of this thing. We can get the foreign tax credit in US return also. There is a process, documentation we need to submit to the banker, the sale deed or else inheritance certificate of property which you are selling, and bank details and Aadhaar and other things.
Good.
So there is a process.
One thing I agree with you.
If it is a long term, you need to pay 20% tax. If it is a short term, 30% tax bracket. You can get the credit here. I am also pursuing US CPA shortly. I will finish and I will come back with webinars.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
It's very important. A lot of people invest the money in India. They have no idea how to bring the money from India to US, and a lot of chartered accounts will give options for you. You can pay 20% officially. You can bring the money here, and US and India is a double treaty. You not pay any taxes. You can declare to IRS also fine. But if you pay taxes in India, you can avoid. You can bring $1 million also. That's not a problem at all. India encourage.
ఒక క్వశ్చన్ అండి, ఇది ఇప్పుడు ప్యాసివ్ ఇన్కమ్ గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం కదా. దేర్ లైక్ ఐ బిలీవ్ వి టాక్డ్ అబౌట్ annuities, one of the vehicle, and some real estate. Other than that, do we have any other different vehicles which we can be kind of, I know there may be some risk factors which, as you mentioned, right, there is some age factor involved as well. Can you categorize, okay, if it is a 20 to 30, what kind of generation wealth or passive income they do? If it is a 30 to 40 or 40 to 50, whatever, based on your experience, do you mind sharing? That would be advisable for everybody.
Yeah, if you are in 30s and all, right, so even if you can do some stocks or whatever is also reasonably okay. But in the more and more you go, you need to move away from day trading. So for example, if you take stocks, right, so move away from day trading, slowly move on to mutual funds, then slowly give it on to whatever. The same way if you take real estate also, right, initially when you are there, right, at your 20s and 30s, you have time on your side, so you can go and invest little bit lands on the side, in future areas, like in future it is going to come up in that particular area, or that, do your particular analysis. Say for example, right, being an IT professional, right, I always look at data. So in all our things, right, okay, what is the, say for example, you take a county, right? If you are in 20s and 30s, this is what I will do. Take the county, this is all public information. Nobody needs to give you. The moment you have a laptop, ChatGPT or Grok, and then do little bit of research, you can do on your own. No need to have go to anybody. Just look at, okay, how much land is available in this particular county? Which are the areas that they are going to grow? Like, what are all the, they will have the plans for the next few years, and they will have something like a future land use, okay? Then go and buy certain places where, like, okay, 10 years, I can leave it. Now it is the small investment, I can leave it and go and do it down the line. It may be a bet, like, down the line it may increase, it may not increase also, that's fine. But you can't do that when you are in 40s and 50s. In 40s and 50s, you need to go an investment, right? Wherein, like, there also again you have to use the data. Like, okay, this particular apartment complexes are coming. Now, is the county giving new apartment complexes or not? If they are giving multiple, then don't go into that investment. If you are in 20s and 30s, go. So every particular thing boils down to data. Like, we all are IT professionals and we know how to look at the data. So look at the data. If they are not giving any newer communities are not coming up, then you are pretty sure that, the other older communities will gain their value. So invest in them. So look at, like, what type of risk you want to take.
The risk factor is very important. Particularly, people think that we can make money in the stock. Stocks are risk. You know the analysis, you know the understanding, how the companies grows, and a lot of fluctuations happening with last Trump. The day you go up, day down, we don't know what's going to happen, anything. So we have to be very careful planning, and particularly if you invest the money in the ETFs, it's safe. ETFs always is a good product, investment product. Just leave it and forget about it. No stress. We don't want any stress. We have work stress, family stress, all the stresses. So wherever the money invest, like high-yielding series, some money, put the money in investment.
Good.
Second.
Yeah, let him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What is the best way to invest for kids' higher education?
So there are multiple ways, and there is, like, 529 plans is the common thing which people do it, right? Where you get, like, 5 to 7%, 8% return, and that you can use for any of your kids or family or whatever. I would say, like, instead of that, there are multiple other ways to do it, like, non-traditional ways to think. Okay. So for example, you are putting, like, buy an apartment or buy a condo. Okay. You put 5, 10%, 15%, whatever is the lowest amount that you want to put, you can put there, and let the tenant pay for it. Okay. Put it. Another mistake our guys do is they take 30-year loan. Don't take 30-year loan. Take 15-year loan. Okay. And then let the tenant pay for your condo. By the time 10 to 15 years, by the time your kid comes to the college, right, he has sufficient product. That's number one. Number two is invest in short-term rentals, right? So that is another thing, like, where it is going to benefit two ways. One is it's going to give some tax savings, like 529. Like, if you can run for 100 hours, like an STR loophole, then you can write off your even investment also. And another third thing, what I would suggest is, instead of putting in 529, put it in Roth IRA. So tax may not be a big issue for you, like initially when you are starting small, but the compounding interest that the compounding returns that you are going to get over a period of time, they are going to definitely overcome the taxes, and you are giving a tax-free wealth to your kids, or when they come to college, like, you can remove those things and like, you can fund their college or something.
So in my opinion, it's different way approach. Everything rental property, real estate is not advisable. Particularly college kids, why to deny? This risk is there. When my son is going to college, if the stock market crashes, what happened? The money is gone. We don't know what's going to be risky. Every investment, the risk is there. You put some money in 5 to 10 plan and so money for the whole life insurance. Pay like $200 per month, 10 years. Whatever the money, cash value that you can use for college education. You not to pay any taxes. And the payment is completed. And the bonds will grow like a crazy. When your kids are retired, it's like $2-3 million tax-free money. Whenever they want, they can buy the car, they can buy the house. So you have to think, you talk to a financial professional, which is the best option, you know, all these things. Now, suppose kid didn't go to college, what's happening? The new rule is certain amount of money you can convert to the Roth IRA, at least, instead of paying penalty and all these things. So my advice to you, talk to your financial professional, how your budget, how the things, the cost of the colleges are going crazy, crazy. We don't know what's going to happen. If you go to medical school, if you business school, 150K, 200K, and what happened if you don't have any investment for the kids? They end up with taking loans. The whole life they're going to pay the college loans, correct? So my advice to you, invest different ways, particularly whole life, 529 plan, and money, if you have money, you can put return profit, investment also.
Depending on the state where you are living, you know, every state has their own rules, right? So check those rules, and you know, you could get some benefits, you know, because of those rules.
So Diwakar ji, you look like a sun. I mean, Diwakar means it's actually sun, and Kishore like a Krishna. So you guys are amazing. So I'll tell my experience with financial instruments, what I did. I have a granddaughter, and I took a life insurance policy. I put 6,500, and 65 years when she turns, she will get 1 million with the S&P 500, returns in an insurance policy, and she will have life coverage all through 65 years, and then she will get a 1 million, and it's also tax-free. Okay, so very beautiful instruments are there in the life insurance, but start early. So that's what I did. When she's born, we took the policy right away. So you got the power of compounding. And the second one is talked about 529 plans. If we suppose think like a Warren Buffett and invested in Coca-Cola, he spent 1.3 billion when he actually acquired the Coca-Cola, but he gets 750 million every year as a dividend. 750. So, and also if you invest in the real estate short-term rental with the big beautiful bill, the Trump really wants to make more Trumps, to be honest. I mean, then what Kishore Garu is talking about, investing in the real estate, rental properties, and growing your money without taxes, without paying taxes, that is the most important thing. In the real estate, you can accomplish that with 1031 exchange, interest deduction, opportunity zones, bonus depreciation, rental property, your property appreciation, all these things, amazing tools to build the wealth using the real estate. Okay, and the things are very good. So I really appreciate both of you taking time and enlightening us. So take the insurance policy when the children are young and invest in real estate to ride on the appreciation without paying taxes, okay?
So we'll end the session with the 2 more questions.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
well, I
questions.
think my kids have already finished college, and I'm a family physician, and I was always thinking maybe they would go to medical school, but they did computer science and got masters, and it wasn't that expensive for their online masters. So, sometimes you can overinvest too, but I did 529s and I did UTMAs, and the UTMAs did much better than the 529s. The only problem is now it's theirs, but then the 529s is theirs, but it's mine. But now I'm kind of have to figure out. I'm trying to convince them to go to MBA school or something, to use up some of that money. So basically, what's your thought on UTMAs as well? UTA on trust accounts, UTMA accounts.
So there's a big discussion. I can discuss.
Oh, we can't hear you.
So we could you want to do it offline?
Lot offline.
Okay.
A lot of this take a lot of time. And next 5 minutes BOT meeting is going on. Sorry, but all these things happen. But I will advise to you which is the best option. You can reach out to me. I'll give free advice, and I have so many wealth advisors out there in my group. Very good people. You know, they won't charge you. Take a free advice and think which is the best option for you, your coverage, family, and other things. And also, only one thing I want to tell every family: finish your will and trust. That's very important. A lot of people don't have will and trust also. People in India, they have no idea. So every family should think, you know, revocable trust, irrevocable trust. At least you can state the estate taxes.
We have two more questions. Go ahead, Emily.
My name is Sairam. నా పేరు సాయిరామ్ అండి. Thanks for the session. The question I have is, we have different investment vehicles. We talked about 401k, IRA, HSA, 5 to 9, and anything else, right? So, for example, take HSA. What if you die after you earn, after you kept $100,000 or $200,000 and not used? What happened to that money?
It will go to your nominees, whoever it is. Nominees, dependents.
So even HSA. So can it be transferred like a tax-free directly into their HSA account?
No.
So similar.
This is a good point. Recently, I have an incident happened. Make sure that do you have any 401k account, bank accounts. Make sure that wife, designated, kids, secondary, tertiary kid, information, family, parents. Make sure to update all the information, and please share the information to your wife. Wife, not of people, no idea about what they're doing, husband is doing, what they're doing. So my advice to you, everyone has to go through create a white document. Where is my fund? Where is my 401k? Where is my annuity? Because I'm not giving exaggeration. I've seen two families, cardiac arrest. Wife, I felt bad. She don't know anything because the mortgage is the husband's name. She won't get a mortgage. She's not working. So all these things are there. Sit 1 week. Where is my thing? Where is my money? Where is my investment? Where is my 401k? 401k is updated my beneficiary name, my kid's name. All these things is a priority. Then you talk about many things, This is my advice, simple advice.
Yeah. So just I want to add to other gentleman. I'm checking that. Just I want to add a couple more things like if you have any LLCs that are coming, like if you have any LLCs, right? What I would suggest is add your kids to that LLC as beneficiary, as family LLC. You can run a payroll up to 13,000 on your kids, right? And then invest 7,500 into Roth IRA. That's the minimum amount available. Afterwards, the rest of the thing you can put it as a backdoor Roth IRA, and invest that money in S&P 500. Don't do any natakbazi, I'm going to do this this. Don't do any of those. Just put S&P 500. Forget it. Don't even look at it. By the time your kid comes to 20-21 years, they'll have $1 million in their account. It's simple, straightforward. From day one, they are born. You can show as long as it is family, or if you don't have an LLC, you can do. There is a child, something is there, a custodial Roth IRA is another one, right? I would say put always money in Roth, because your money, what you are putting is less, and the return that you are going to get down the line is going to be bigger, which is going to come as a tax-free investment.
But that is true. But tax implication also there. If you take a money Roth IRA within 5 years, you have to pay penalty. Okay, so put some money, not like everything is there. And backdoor IRA, I recommend, high income winners. And one good thing is the new term policy. Two important points. If you buy a car this year, you can take a 10,000 tax exemption, car interest rate. And second thing is, previously, this is very important point. Previously, in the state exemption, in ultimate deductions, is only $10,000 for taxes. But now Trump increased to 40,000. Suppose you have wife making your money, paying state taxes up to 40,000 ultimate deduction. So wherever the deductions are there, take advantage. I agree with all these things, investing other things, and making some money with different ways.
Good. We have a question.
Sure, sir. I've helped them prosper reality with a project, and I'm sure people would be enlightened if you would give little bit more information on the second income, which is passive, the Airbnb that you talked, Kishore, few minutes.
So basically, right, we are doing a project in Smokies, which is roughly around 45 million, and we are getting 19 houses, 19 cabins. Like, you know, these are not like houses. These are like, you know, luxury to the max. Like, each one of the houses has, like, you know, indoor swimming pool. Like, it has its own theater room. Then, you know, it sleeps, like, you know, some of them sleeps between 15 to 40 people. These are huge, and the main advantage of this particular location is this one has only one water park, which does not have anything in the vicinity. It's one of a kind investment. So if you can invest like in a bigger amounts, like, you know, you can use, like, you know, STR loophole, and you guys can help with that.
Thank you, Andy. Okay, yeah. Thank you. One thing I understand is, you know, invest early so that, you know, make use of the compounding. You know, obviously you will make way more money than, you know, thinking about retirement in the end of the day. So thank you for all your attendance. Give a big hand to you.
Thank you. Thanks for everyone.
Please reach out to me if you need help, you know, free advice, you know. Thank you. And also I'll give free medical advice also. I have 200 doctors in my network. Health is important. Anytime you need help, medical issue, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your attention. And also, I hope the session is useful for you guys. So, financial independence and to retire early, which is a concept called FIRE, you have to start early. Start early. All right. So now we will conclude the session. You have known now from the business interest group and NRIVA that there are quite a few ways you can actually think about to start doing something and plan for your future. So please continue to do so. Thank you very much, Diwakar Garu. Thank you very much, Kishore Garu. Thank you very much, Suresh Garu. Yeah. If there are any other BOTs here or leadership, please actually come onto the stage so we can felicitate the speakers. I think everybody is in the BOT meeting. Let me felicitate from the big group. Thank you. 1 second. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
And you can see the stand is in the hallway. You get my contact information.
Hello.
Please contact me anytime. Free advice.
You see what you can do. So we didn't have a refund just నేను ఇంకోటి కూడా ఆ ఫోటో కూడా కంపెనీ ఎలా చేంజ్ అవ్వగానే మనం ఫస్ట్ రిస్క్ తీసుకున్నాం అప్పుడు చేయడం ఫస్ట్ మిస్టేక్
Enjoy your health. So if you don't have health, you cannot safeguard your health. My opinion.
Yeah, we were talking about the same.
Health is priority.
And also something don't make it other ways. Okay, all I'm saying is more than health is very important. Health లేకపోతే wealth enjoy. This wealth లేకపోతే health కాపాడుకోలేదు. Okay, both are related. If you want to live without wealth, there is no one who is going to take care of you.
Anybody in US, how much ever property you make, how much ever money you make, you are only one illness away from bankruptcy.
That is true.
Last session went was like very good. Time very little.
Without the right, you cannot walk. You are molded. You need to balance your life.
That was